Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hello guys, welcome back to the Sportsman Untitled extra big video for you today because we're doing our final day championship predictions. Who is going up? I've brought in some expert analysts to help me do this. Conor McGilligan, Benjamin Bloom. What we're going to do is preview and talk about and then predict the scores for each of the key championship fixtures on the final day. I'm going to plug them into our supercomputer, which is just a website, and it'll produce the championship final table. We're going to focus on the playoff race first because we know where we're at. We are recording this before Ipswich Southampton on Tuesday night. We've put in a draw because that's kind of what we think's going to happen. But if we're wrong, we're wrong. Hopefully not from Ben's perspective. But we're going to focus on what we know. The race for sixth place, Ben. Wrexham versus Borough feels like it takes the headlines here because if Wrexham win by enough goals, they will be in the top six.
Oh, and again with the big caveat that Borough could be impacted by whatever has or hasn't happened on Tuesday night at the time of recording. What makes a computer super anyway? This is in my brain as
well, I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, so that's about it, I think. Yeah, it will work.
Hyperspeed. I think Wrexham win against Middlesbrough on the last day. I think they only win by one, which is not great news for Derby and potentially leaves the door open for Hull. I can see a tight game, and because Wrexham are going to have everything on it and they're at home, and potentially that will be TV, won't it, if that's the big storyline on that day. Might not be. We might be elsewhere looking at second place, mightn't we? But yeah, I can see them grabbing a second half goal and winning by one.
Their home form has been reasonably strong, Connor. I think they'll look at this fixture and be very glad it is at home, the racecourse. But there's so much to play for. I'll read out the table, by the way. Wrexham 70 points plus 4 goal difference. Hull 70 points plus 3 goal difference. And Derby 69 points plus 9 goal difference. So it is in Wrexham's hand. But as Ben alludes to, there is a door open potentially for Hull, even if Wrexham win.
Yeah, I do lean with what Ben's saying, actually, when it comes to Wrexham. I just think Borough's frailties this season, especially in 2026, have been a bit more of a low block. And I can see with Wrexham having that three at the back, them being able to do that very effectively and being able to hit them on the transition with the quality that they've got. Broadhead, Windass, Kiefer Moore, wait and see. Sam Smith, who I think has been a really good replacement at this moment in time for Big Kiefer. I think Wrexham will get the job done, but yeah, I mean it's quite a boring thing to say, that, isn't it?
I really don't think they do get the job done. I won't try and convince you if you're convinced of it. I think Middlesbrough have been good lately. I think they've not been bad over the last month. They've just not been taking their chances.
Simon, they've got 2 XG in every game. Yeah. They just happened to win 5-1 last week and lose a lot of them 1-0 or draw them 1-1.
Is it not just a case of them? I know there's Watford is an outlier at the minute. It is an outlier, really. I don't
not for underlying numbers, but for results.
For results, yeah.
But sometimes that's all you need for the players to be like, 5 goals. Morgan Whitaker scored 2 fantastic
free kick
goals
in the top corner in the first half, and away you go.
So that can flip the mindset of the club, who now can go on and win games. And also, even if they can't finish in the top 2 on Tuesday, we've seen scenarios where when the pressure's off, teams actually breathe a bit and perform slightly better. We could be in a scenario where Wrexham, everything's on this, Borough, nothing's on this, and that could really help them out.
You just said the word mindset, though. Wrexham have been winning for like 5 years, haven't they? They have a winning mindset in the club. And who was it? Was it Charlton they beat to go up last year? They've had this game. You know, some clubs, they go years without that last day. I'm sure like Preston fans would love a last day of the season. You need to win to get something. Wrexham are used to that, Simon.
They are. Should we hold off on the Wrexham Borough score then in case it's too boring and instead have a quick chat about Hull Norwich? Because Hull in really poor form. What's the stat, Ben? 11 points out?
10 points in 11. It's worse, yeah.
And they are at home against a Norwich team that love playing with freedom and scoring goals. They're not going up or down. And it's a real tricky one for them, I think.
I think I'm right in saying as well, Norwich, like the only recent defeats are like Ipswich and Southampton, possibly as well, aren't they? So if you are not a team right up at the top of the Championship, Norwich don't tend to. I know they lost to Birmingham maybe 10, 12 games ago or something like that. You mentioned Toure loves a hat trick, doesn't he? Hull
player
trending down. You could see Norwich going there and winning, couldn't you?
And have Hull been that great at home this season? don't think they have.
Well, Jakirovic has been moaning about the pitch for a lot of the season as well.
Yeah. Norwich being very good away from home. I like watching Norwich at the minute. It felt like a bit of a blip against Ipswich. I thought Ipswich were in complete control in that game, and it was a fantastic performance by
Penalty FC.
Yeah, by Penalty FC. But I think Norwich have just been consistently playing with that freedom as well. And I think Torre almost epitomises that at this moment in time. What a job he's done. Matson's just been outrageous as well in the middle of the park.
You can make the argument, though, as we said with Wrexham, as this is it for Hull. It's a home game. They need to win
and they're good
by
enough.
a few goals.
Hull have the talent on the pitch to be able to win this game.
And I think
100%.
they will enjoy people writing them off as well.
And Norwich were a bit beachy against Swansea, weren't they?
They were beachy against Swansea, yeah.
Having said that, we do need to put a score prediction in, and I think we are all leaning towards Norwich winning this
Both
game.
teams to score away win for me, I think.
To be honest, I thought we're not starting at Derby, going upwards, score prediction wise.
Oh, I'm putting Hull in now. Come on, man.
All right, okay. So
I'm going
video retention, but all right.
Well, we're saying Hull are going to lose. I'm saying Hull are losing.
I'll go. Are we just putting are we coming to a common?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Melting pot.
Norwich win this 2-1.
I'm happy with 2-1.
Go for it.
Hull 1, Norwich 2.
You didn't say whether or not you agreed with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
You're happy?
I'm just marvelling at the supercomputer.
Looks even better on the iPad.
So that means Hull City will be out of it. No chance if they lose this game. They cannot finish in the playoffs. Derby County are still in it, have a better goal difference, Connor, and have a good fixture at home to Sheffield United.
They do, and we've said it, haven't we? And I look at this and I think Derby are coming with 3 wins in the last 5. I loved Eustace at the end of the QPR game. He knows it's there, doesn't he? He absolutely knows it's there, and it was just great when he kind of went to the obviously Derby fans at the end of the game and was almost like, giving them this one last sort of. And you think at home to Sheffield United, it's probably the best fixture at this moment. You look at Sheffield United, they've got absolutely nothing to play for. What we've mentioned in the previous, that Wilder's criticised the players, 2 losses on the bounce in games of which they should be winning. Players' attitudes, maybe looking for moves, potentially, when you're looking at certain personnel there, some of the X Factor at Sheffield United. It's a really, really good game for Derby, this. I've got them picking up a win, but I don't know if it makes that much of a difference.
I think they win this game.
Right, here's my problem, is that I think Derby will be quite reliant on the clean sheet to win this game. And yes, you're totally right about Sheffield United, but still, they are very capable of scoring at Pride Park with Harmer, and if Harmer and O'Hare and Bamford and Chong are kind of demob happy and just playing with freedom, I think Sheffield United score.
And Ben as well, just to add to that, this could be, and I think it probably will be, maybe Gus Tamer's last game. It might be a few of the last games. They might be thinking, right, last game for Sheffield United. Let's put on a show. Yeah.
So I think Derby need to keep a clean sheet to win, and I think Sheffield United could score, which makes I probably need a supercomputer fixed in my head to fathom out this this problem I've got.
I think the atmosphere is going to be big at Pride Park. They know they need to probably win the game, not guaranteed, obviously with their positive goal difference, but I think they will go out and try and win the game. And I do think
is that
they'll
the
get over the line.
Eustace style though? He'll be happy if it's level at half time, won't he? Go and win it in the second half.
A Eustace versus Wilder game is so tough to predict.
It is.
Yeah.
The certain Patrick Bamford
Can you
shaped
not
hole
see
at the front
the
as well.
massively unhelpful draw?
Which could be helpful if Wrexham and Hull lose.
And as well,
Yeah, so they've got the goal difference.
They have got the goal
and
difference.
as well, we are talking about Wilder. Can you see at the end of the season, still with this calibre of squad, Sheffield United ending the season on 3 losses?
Yeah, because they've been
Mate,
rubbish.
they've lost
They've
like
been absolutely
22
rubbish.
games or something ludicrous, haven't they?
I know, but consistently, 3 losses on the bounce under Chris Wilder. I just don't know if that is going to be the case now we're talking about it.
To make it spicy, I think we should.
Spicy.
We'll go with
Derby.
Sheffield United.
Colour to the world.
I think we should get back Eustace and this momentum of them to get over the line with a 1-0 or something.
Well, it has to be a clean sheet then.
All right.
If they're going to get the win.
We're going for a
In my
Derby
humble
1-0, which
That's 5-3 incoming then, yeah?
Who scores?
Carlton Morris.
Go on then.
Done like that, which means Wrexham
Surely it'd be like Matt Clark with a header from a corner.
in the last
83rd
minute.
minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
which
Who's
means
beat in the air, Tom
that
Cannon?
means a draw wouldn't be enough for Wrexham.
Or could you see Derby being 1-0 up and then Sheffield United having like 7 XG but not scoring?
Yeah,
Could
that's
see
how I
that.
see it. Go.
Bamford doing a Bamford.
So it's between Derby and Wrexham then. Will Wrexham get the win they need at home against Middlesbrough? to get into the playoffs? Or do they draw or lose the game, which means they don't? You're feeling Wrexham, aren't you?
I just think styles make fights. I think Wrexham's style is, a problem for Middlesbrough. So yeah, I'm backing Wrexham.
You happy to go with Wrexham?
I like the home advantage, and I like the idea that Borough. Well, look, if Borough are likely to be in the playoffs, and you've got Hackney kind of half fit,
Yeah.
you save them for the playoffs, don't you? You know, you drag Whittaker out at 55 minutes instead of 75 minutes if you're prepping for the playoffs, which might allow Wrexham and their bench that you've mentioned to go ahead and win the game 1-0. And they've got my favourite player ever, Nathan Broadhead, as well, haven't they? So he can easily score.
Let's put in a 1-0 Wrexham win, which means Wrexham will finish in the top 6
Oh my
according to our panel and have a chance in the playoffs. We're going to quickly do the top 2 predictions as well. We should touch on Preston Southampton. We don't know how the midweek's going to go. We've predicted a draw to make this interesting. Preston Southampton, think Southampton will go into the playoffs with a win, Connor?
Yeah, 0-4.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going to absolutely smack Preston.
I'm with that.
What are you
not?
doing?
I think they're taking
They're
them
really
apart.
good.
They're really
Preston have
good.
been bad, haven't they?
Preston are poor.
Are they not just going to make a load of subs when they realise Ipswich are 3-0 up at half-time against QPR, Conor McGilligan? 4-0!
4-0.
4-0 it is.
Toad.
You're right, 5.
Preston fans, get in the comments, please. This is slanderous stuff here.
If I put 4-0 Southampton in, that does spice things up a bit. But if they draw on Tuesday, they cannot finich in the top 2, of course. So we'll have to.
No, they can. If Ipswich and Millwall were to both lose.
Yeah, I was thinking with the goal difference, surely it would swing.
No, because if Ipswich are on...
We had a point under Ipswich as well.
Ipswich are a point ahead of them.
Got it, yeah.
So it is what it is. Millwall...
We're not here for our maths.
No, sorry.
No, we're not.
We've already put Middlesbrough losing the game, which would drop them down to 5th. Millwall have Oxford at
5-0.
home. We let Connor do that, or maybe we let him off the reins too much. Millwall have Oxford at home. Obviously, we're not sure whether they will be able to finish in the top 6 or not. As it stands, it will go to the final day. We would expect Millwall to win this game as a collective, wouldn't we?
I'm visualising the Den proudly clapping Millwall off after winning this game, give Lancashire a goal, but Millwall win. I think Millwall might be out of sight in 30 minutes like they were against QPR as well.
3-1?
Proudly, that's where I was going.
Oh, sorry.
Proudly clapping their boys off
Insane season.
and setting up for the playoffs.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, I can see a real...
That is the pitch invasion of all time because they've gone up.
Yeah, I can see real unity at the end, just missing out, but absolutely ready, fit and firing for the playoffs.
For Wrexham.
Yeah, for Wrexham.
Yeah, that would put... would it put Millwall missing out? Because it would put them on 83 points, meaning Ipswich would have to win at home to QPR.
5 without a win. Lost 3 on the bounce, 14th in the league.
And it stinks of a QPR win.
Oh, stop
0-1.
Yeah.
Let's spice it up.
Okay,
They can play with freedom. They've got
Southampton scored to
wonderful...
0-6 as well.
what is it? Okay, tell me, just as a thought experiment,
Yeah.
what does a QPR win look like?
They've
What
got
do the
a lot-
underlying metrics say?
they've got a lot of
surely
attacking,
that's a red
exciting
card to
players.
Ipswich in 5 minutes or something, isn't
A
it?
Richard Kone bullying performance up front.
Yeah, 100%.
Burrell fit to start?
I don't
know on that one.
I'm not sure.
They've got good attacking players, QPR, that can, on their day, hurt teams. And I know they've not done it for how many weeks now? We're just trying to scare it. aren't we, Colin? Come on.
We are.
They can win this game.
They can.
QPR are odd. They're odd. They're an
Yeah.
odd team. I find.
I know you're going to tell me they lost 7-1 to Coventry and then scored 14 points in the They did.
Yeah.
But
They-
this is round 46.
And you are form wise, they are abysmal at the minute. QPR lost 3 on the bounce.
But if the
said that and he
pressure,
ignored me.
as we think it will, if this goes to the final day, how do Ipswich deal with the pressure of this home game?
Far better in a home game than they would away from home.
Yeah.
Look, the Portman Road fans won't be dealing with the pressure very well. They'll be as anxious as anything. And
Or an early QPR goal would put the cat amongst the pigeons, wouldn't it?
would it focus? would it focus Ipswich? Look, Ipswich are going to be massive favourites.
Huge favourites, huge favourites. Yeah.
You can't see.
Trying to give a bit of balance, but I think it'd be interesting if it was at QPR.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
Where Ipswich won 4-1 earlier in the season.
I just think with the championship final day.
So smug. That's why everyone hates Ipswich.
That was such a good response. I just think the championship final
Even
day.
even scored in that game.
The championship final day always throws something up, and I feel like we're predicting everything to go kind of. There's no shock in here. There's no twist and turn. We're expecting Wrexham to get the job done against Middlesbrough, although that goal could come late, which would be dramatic. And now we're going to say that we think Ipswich are going to beat QPR. So the top 2 is going to stay as it is, and the top 6 is going to stay as it is.
I'm still a little bit. I do think it is going to stay the top 2 how it is. I do think that will happen. I think you got to.
We've not even got anyone swapping places. So.
No, but I do think the one that we might look at that could cause a bit of a ruckus on the last day's derby. 100%. Yeah. That's definitely the one. I do think Ipswich is going to be.
So what strong. You want is Derby taking the lead in 5 minutes and QPR taking the lead in 5 minutes, don't you?
That would be good.
Yeah,
that would make. And can I say, on final day, that sometimes happens, and then by 2 o'clock, the league table has figured itself out, doesn't it?
What are we saying score-wise for Ipswich then? Comfortable?
Yeah. 3-0.
Should we give QPR an early goal?
No, 3-0. No.
Boring.
It was 2-0 against Huddersfield for Ipswich's last promotion 2 years ago.
If we put a 3-0 in, Ipswich Town.
It's not like in Ben's arrogance in this video.
You can feel it, can't you?
You really can. It's making me quite uncomfortable, actually.
If only I had some ridiculous sunglasses in the colours of my team to put on.
To exude arrogance.
Because nothing says humility more than that.
In 2 separate videos.
Why do you need to be humble when you've won the championship? You know what I mean? I noticed we're not predicting Coventry's results there. Is there a reason for that?
Come back to a year's time and you lost at 8-0 to Arsenal at home. So Joe,
Gyökeres getting clapped off. Yeah, well done, mate. Good job. Right, so that's our championship predictions. We think it'll be Derby 1, Sheffield United 0, Hull 1, Norwich 2, Millwall 3, Oxford 1, Preston 0, Southampton 4,
ridiculous
6,
and Wrexham 1, Middlesbrough 0. Meaning that the table stays as it is. After all that, Coventry go up champions. I'll say that again. Ipswich in second. Millwall, Southampton, Middlesbrough, and Wrexham.
So Millwall, Wrexham, Borough, Southampton. I like those playoffs.
That is amazing. And Derby coming within 1 point of making it into the top 6. Heartbreak. Obviously.
Yeah, they'll be there or thereabouts again next season.
Oh, they will.
Won't they?
They will. Yeah, especially keep Eustace in charge,
and
definitely.
Ag your man back from injury, maybe.
They might even be there this season because we do not know the future. Make sure you tune in to watch the Championship's final day. It's going to be spectacular on Saturday. Connor, Ben, thank you very much for joining me as always. We'll be back to reflect on all of the final day's action on Monday on the Sportsman Untitled Extra. Please do like and subscribe to the channel and we'll see you then.